coming up, I remember pushing and smiling.
Yeah.
And my husband actually said to me, "You look like Tim, nice but dim."
I turned up to the hospital in my maxi dress and a Victoria's Secret thong.
Oh my
And I remember the midwife was like, "Where the hell do you think you're going?"
Davina McCall is with us today. I can't believe it. She's here.
Davina. We've just had a chat for 5 minutes. I was like, she's got a mouth like a toilet, this one.
Yeah. Honestly. But I only had the babies in September, so no one else presented Big Brother.
Really?
Here we are, we're back.
We're back.
I'm loving your shoes, by the way.
Thank you. I'm loving your shoes. Where did you get yours from?
Well, mine are from a charity shop. £8.
Love that. Absolute bargain.
They are bargain. If you can't see these, you need to check it out on YouTube. But you need to look at Hannah's shoes right now. Quite sexy. You're dressing up for me, Hannah.
Oh, dressing up for you, babes. Ooh, ready for
very
the pod.
nice. Very
Thank
nice
you.
Indeed.
You can tell I'm not with my kids.
Yes, I think we definitely... Do you know what? I always think I love coming here. It's almost a bit like therapy.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Sit down, we've got the chairs, having a nice chat, no interruptions.
Hot drink.
Yeah.
We have a hot drink, don't we?
Yeah.
And eat something.
Yes.
Like a meal.
It's like a spa/therapy.
Yeah.
And at the weekend, we drove to Cornwall, me and my best mate.
Oh, did you?
She got in the car and straight away we were like both ranting about husbands, kids.
Yeah.
And for a good hour of the journey. And then afterwards you're like, oh, I really needed that. And then we're like, God, it really does mean a lot to just sit and talk and rant.
And it's also to listen to somebody else and be like, oh God, yeah. Like genuinely, if I wasn't coming here to film this, I have this competition with myself. How long can I not wash my hair? Now, it's not an intentional thing, but I use dry shampoo every day.
Oh, God,
and when I'm at home,
stuff.
I try and style it so it looks like it was an intentional ponytail, but it needs to be like, because it's like grease. By Friday, it's like, I look like I've put talcum powder all over my head, that kind of look. But it's just listening to other people that's like, yeah, that's completely normal.
Yeah.
That is what happens. And you just sometimes need to get it off your chest.
Totally.
Me and my friend, we have this thing, I don't know if you've heard, it's called Voxer. It's essentially like a WhatsApp audio message. And you press a button and you just talk for 15 minutes and then it cuts you off. But 15 minutes is never long enough.
What, to a person?
No, into an app. We just talk into it like a 15-minute one. But we will send each other half an hour.
Are you telling me that you have
Every
another
day.
podcast without me?
Yeah.
How very
you get
dare
all
you.
this territorial and that. But it's like, you need it, don't
Yeah.
you? You need to have that friend. And if I say something, go, oh, I'm sick of this today, sick of that. And she'll go, listen, I think you've blown that way out of proportion.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I was just tired and overstimulated.
I did that this morning. We had our Meet the Teachers morning.
Oh, did you?
Where the whole class meets the teachers. And as we were leaving the house, my husband's with me. And I just had a go at him for the way that he parked the car, which to be honest was fine. But I was just in one of those moods of just like, ugh. And I told one of the mums at the school gate, I was like, I've just given Jesse a right go at how he's parked the car. And she just laughed and she was like, I've just done the same. I do think a lot of it though is I am perimenopausal. I've definitely got the rage happening.
And what happens in the perimenopausal state? How's it affected you?
Oh, I'm angry.
Like all the time?
Not all the time, but I get like the patience is less.
Right.
So then my anger levels have gone up, but I'm also forgetful. So it's like this, I feel like I'm constantly battling with myself. And I did say to my husband, I was like, just say no. I am going through these changes, so I might be slightly more erratic. And he was like, oh, that's great, thanks. I kind of send him like videos I've seen on Instagram. Like I just like, so this is what you should expect from a woman my age.
That he'll never watch.
No, probably not. No, but
it's like when you have a baby, isn't it? You know, when you send your partner videos of like somebody in America being like, you should really take care of your wife and make sure she's birthed a human and she's okay. It's like, forward.
Yeah.
Make her nice food and chocolate.
Scroll. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So I'm probably not going to watch any of these. I don't even think he listens to this podcast.
No, my husband said, this is the ideal thing for you, Hannah. Slagging me and our kids off, having a laugh. And he's like, and then I don't need to deal with it.
Yeah.
And have you got your parenting fail for this week?
Yeah, I do. And I should have known better, really. And And this one is actually my fault. Usually my parenting vows, I'm like, it's not my fault. But I do think is my fault. It's my son's birthday next week. And so I'm buying birthday presents. And because this week I'm literally in London every day, which is typical. So my time to actually go out and buy presents is limited. So I've done a lot of Amazon shopping. And at home we have an Alexa, but we have one of those ones with the big screen, so I can like watch a bit of telly if I'm cooking or something in the kitchen. And so on this screen this morning, it popped up basically saying, today you have a delivery. And it basically rolled out all of my son's birthday presents. And my son was there going, Mummy, is this for me?
Oh, no.
So yeah, my son knows all of the birthday presents that he's getting.
And Alexa didn't stop.
No, the silly she just kept going. And I'm like, is there not a way to stop that from happening?
No.
So I'm not really good friends with Alexa. So maybe I'll just unplug her. I don't know. What about you? How any parenting fails?
So this is one of those where I think, should I say this or not?
Oh, I'm settling in. I'm excited.
So settle in. Right. We had Anna on the show. She's fantastic. She
Incredible.
was talking to us life advice, and she said you should date your husband, right? And I thought, you know what? I've maybe neglected Andy since he had his organ out at the start of the summer, his appendix ruptured. I've been a bit resentful because I've had to parent a bit more. Life's been tough. The kids are now back at school, and I thought, do you know what? I think the ovulation horn might be kicking in. I don't know. But Saturday night, I was like, we're going to have a date night, hun. So I said, we're going to get some, because we've got like loads of this champagne from previous birthdays. I was like, we're going to get a takeaway. We're going to have some champagne. We'll have a great time. We had a great evening. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, I don't know if I should even say, I don't know if I can say. I was like, we got a bit drunk. And I was like, did you pull out? And he was like, I'm not sure. So
God.
11:30 on Sunday morning, I had 3 children with me in a side room at the pharmacy in town. I had to write on my phone to the pharmacist, excuse me, I need the morning after pill.
Oh my gosh.
And I am extremely embarrassed by my actions. And then he said, so what time did you have sex? And I was like, it was about 11:45 last night when the savvy bee kicked in.
Oh, gosh.
And so he was like, okay.
We've got a superstar guest for you today, from Big Brother legend to the Masked Singer judge, fitness guru and best-selling author, powerhouse Davina McCall is with us today. I can't believe it. She's here. Davina. I'm like absolutely honoured. You're in our studio.
I am honestly
Welcome.
so excited as well. I've been so looking forward to this. I think we are going to have the best time.
We are.
Ever.
We are. So tell us everything. First of all, mother of 3.
Yes.
What kind of mum would you say that you are?
I would say I had a girlfriend of mine who had 4 girls, and they were all beautiful girls. And when my kids were born, they were kind of 2 or 3 years ahead of me. And I called her when I was pregnant and I said, what do I need to do? Give me the list. She said, it's only 2 things. And I was like, what? Can't be that easy. She went, no, literally 2 things. I was like, give me. She went, love. I was like, oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And she said, boundaries.
Ooh,
And actually,
good.
that was the greatest piece of parenting advice I've ever been given.
Yeah, I think you just nailed it.
Because-
like, love and boundaries.
Yeah, I love them unconditionally. Like whatever they want to come and say to me, I will always love them. Nothing they could say to me will stop me from loving them. So that's that.
And how old are they, your kids now?
Well, they are all, I don't know if you know this, but I only ever got pregnant during September because so that I had the babies in September.
So you had a good Christmas,
had a
is
good
what
Christmas.
you're saying, Davina.
No. So no one else presented Big Brother.
Oh, wow, so you could actually
Really?
plan it like that.
Yeah.
That's very good. It's very lucky.
Me and my ex-husband, we might not still be together, but we did do babies well.
That's brilliant. Do you know what I have?
Biologically, we were meant to make babies.
Yes.
And we came out with 3 amazing kids.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely.
I
No
remember,
regrets.
I have a memory of you. I think it's one of the first times I saw you on TV, and you're on Big Brother, and you had that T-shirt saying "Big, Mother."
It's framed.
Yes. Is it?
I'm going to
Is
send
it?
you guys
Oh,
pictures
I
of it
love
later. I've got it.
Yeah, do it.
That's
And
such-
I've got Big Mother Reloaded, because that was the year The Matrix Reloaded came out. That was Tilly. And then Big Mother, the trilogy for Chester.
Wow, that's brilliant. So all your kids are September?
Yeah, so September. So he's about to turn 19.
Wow.
Tilly's about to turn 22. And Holly's about to turn 24.
Wow,
That is
wonderful.
commitment to your career, because that was like
Thanks.
you were Big Brother. Like everybody remembers watching you, and like that's commitment's just what a show it was. When you could watch it live during the day in the summer holidays. Me and my brother used to love that.
We used to say, "This is Big Brother. Please do not swear."
Yes, and do you know what's awful? I actually, when I'm not on telly, I swear quite a lot. I mean, you've heard me swear.
We've just had a chat for 5 minutes. I was like, she's got a mouth like a toilet, this one.
Yeah, honestly.
So
you know what was
for you to not
interesting?
swear?
I quickly want to tell you about, because I had my first baby on series 2.
Yeah.
So when Brian Dowling won, about 3 weeks after Brian Dowling winning, I gave birth to Holly.
Wow.
And what was interesting was I was very ambitious and not embarrassed about it. I mean, I think there's a terrible thing where it's all right for a man to be ambitious, but it's sort of uncouth for a woman to want to do well in her career. I really loved what I did for a job. And it's not step on someone else's head to get to where you want to get to, but it was like, I will take that extra job in the middle of the night, or I will sleep under the desk in the office so that I can be here in the morning. You know, I would go the extra mile because I loved being in telly.
Yeah. And that's why you are who you are.
I gave birth to Holly and I looked at her and I was like, I never want to work again.
I want to knit everything and bake everything from scratch.
Yes. And I want to breastfeed you for 20 years. No, but it was like,
Yeah, and of course.
what's happened to me?
Yeah, well,
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
and there is that sense. Did you find, I guess you just did because you just said it, like when you became a mother? Because I was a bit like that. I was like, no, a baby's not going to change me.
Yeah.
They'll fit into our routine.
Yeah, fine.
It was
But
exactly like that.
again, it goes back to that love, that unconditional love that you can't really describe sometimes. It's just magic. It's there.
And that funny thing where you think, with the second pregnancy, I haven't got any more love.
Yes.
I can't make any
It's
more.
like an anxiety
How am I
thing,
going to
isn't it?
love this one? And then it doubles.
Yeah. And then you have your third one, you're like, oh, for sake, what do we do here?
You just
Jesus.
swore. Does that
Sorry.
mean I
It's
can?
okay. We can swear.
You can,
can
you
we?
can, yeah.
So we've got a
Okay.
great editor who bleeps
Okay.
everything out.
Okay.
To
Okay.
let it all out. This is
Okay.
a safe space.
Okay, great.
We're parents. I mean, swearing just comes with the job, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
especially when we're
Right.
talking about the child number 1 and we're like, oh, and then child
Yes.
number 2, and then the third, and we're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So obviously we've all got 3.
Yeah.
So how were your labours? How would you describe the birth process for you?
I think one of the reasons why I wanted to write the book was because I loved giving birth. And I so rarely ever heard that from anybody,
Yeah.
that I thought I need to find a way where I can in some way empower women to get the birth that they want.
Yes.
I loved giving birth because I ended up having 3 births that I wanted, all very different, but I somehow felt a bit in control. I think sometimes you can feel like a bit of your control has been taken away from you at the time of giving birth, and that ends up transmitting to you a feeling of kind of dis-ease, like, oh, I don't know, you have to feel safe when you're giving birth.
Absolutely.
And instinctively, I think all women want to go into the darkest, quietest room in a quiet corner. If you were in nature, you would go and find a hole or a cubby hole or a space under a tree or somewhere protected.
Yeah.
You know, it's an instinct to be, and that's because it's safe.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, you're animals at the end of the day. You wouldn't see a cat, give birth under lights with like loads of people watching them. But actually, this is Davina McCall's new book, Birthing. And this is the book I've had a look through, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's the kind of book that I wish that was around when I was pregnant, because I did find that when I announced I was pregnant, the amount of people that wanted to tell me like horror stories
What
all
is
the time,
Yes.
and I was
Tell
me,
us the horror stories, because we've done our children.
yeah, but not
Don't
someone
tell the
who's
pregnant
new,
lady.
And I wanted a home birth. I just knew that I wanted a home birth. I think because I had a fear of hospitals. And the amount of people that wanted to tell me like horrific stories. And I was trying to find a book that was nice and positive. I ended up reading books for midwives to learn about my body.
Was it called Spiritual Midwifery?
Yes, by Ina May.
Ina May Gaskin.
Yes.
I've met her.
Literally just got shivers. I think my nipples just went hard. I love her.
I love her.
Oh my gosh. So I read all of her books, and to cut a long story.
Can I just quote you something?
Yes.
I loved it when she said, keep your sense of humour while you're in labour. Keep your sense of humour,
smiling.
which will keep you where it's at.
Yes.
If you can't be a hero, at least you can be funny whilst being a chicken. That's what she said.
I remember
I should have
pushing.
read this book.
I remember pushing and smiling.
Yeah.
And my husband actually said to me, Louise, you look like, literally word for word, you look like Tim, nice but dim, from Harry Enfield. He was like, I was like,
I would also like to point out that it's very much like I have no judgment about how you want to give birth either. I've got a friend of mine who also loved giving birth, and she was in a hospital on her back with a great epidural, watching telly with someone telling her when to push, and she gave birth and she didn't feel it at all, and she loved it. And I was like so happy for her because she got the birth she wanted. If you want to have an elective cesarean because you've had a very traumatic time, or I don't really like hospitals either. That's why I had a home birth. But if you don't like hospitals or whatever, have an elective cesarean. Like I want you to know everything you need to know to go through all of those eventualities armed.
And it takes that fear away. I remember when I turned up to give birth to my second, and I'd had my first, and it wasn't the best experience. My waters broke, which I thought was my waters. It was a little bit of incontinence. Like, we're talking a trickle. And you message everyone on the WhatsApp, oh, bloody hell, the baby's coming out imminently. It's coming.
I love that.
And then the next thing, you go to hospital and they're like, yeah, I think you just maybe a bit overexcited. It's just a little bit of wee. I don't think that was your waters. But they couldn't take the risk. So then I had to get induced. And that process was just not great. So then my second labour, I was like, I'm going to own this. I was in agony at home. I turned up to the hospital in my maxi dress and a Victoria's Secret thong.
oh my gosh.
And I remember the midwife, Nina, was like, where the hell do you think you're going? She was like, get that thong off, get that maxi dress off, and get on the bed, love. But she was absolutely amazing. But I don't know why I thought this birth is going to be totally different to my last. So I wore a thong, and I was 9 centimetres dilated when I turned up, and his head was literally about to hang out.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Amazing silk thong. But my husband was just like, today's not the day to...
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like, can I just say, boss undies to hospital.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know
done.
anyone that wore a thong.
I just think it's
thinking?
like, it's funny. It's like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work. You must have consciously.
I think in my head I was like, no. And then when you get to that point where you're like, I'm like fully dilated now. It's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm gonna get an Uber. I'm done. I don't want to do it. I don't want it to come out. It's gonna hurt. I know it is. I can feel it. Like, my gammon hangers are all over the place. I'm done.
God.
I'm getting an Uber. And then the midwife's like, you're not. Yeah. Get back on that bed, Hannah. Midwife Nina. So
I like
right
it.
out.
I always like it when you transition
Yeah.
from labouring to pushing and
I love the pushing.
cry. I remember with my third one with Chester, Holly was 5 at that point, and I told both the girls that they didn't have to go to school because it was an exciting day and they were going to meet their sibling that day. So I was like, you can stay. So Holly comes into the room where the bath is, the birthing pool, and she's got her school uniform on. And then within 5 minutes, she's taken her dress off and she's in her vest and pants. She's like helping me. She's tucking my hair behind my ear. And then the next photograph is of her in her pants, handing me a tissue, and I'm crying, because I'm transitioning and I'm thinking about it. And I look at her and I go, Holly, I think I know what's happening here. You've seen mummy in a pool. And you want to get in.
Yeah.
Oh God! I'm just saying, by pain of death.
Are there any sinkers in there? There's
Do
a lot.
not get
go
in.
in.
We've got the sieve on hand, but you don't. I think, can you imagine the trauma of being a small child and seeing your mum's poo floating around it in
Mummy,
your
a
bath?
rabbit's been in.
That's what I
Rabbits
didn't
are-
know, because I gave birth in a pool, and I remember saying to my husband, I was like, babe, can you just stop farting, for crying out loud? It was like, babe, you've got
Yeah.
everywhere in this pool. And there he was, like, fishing it out. And I actually realise. He didn't even tell me. I didn't realise until afterwards.
Midwives are amazing though.
Yes,
Are they not the most
amazing?
It literally, on the first time I gave birth, I couldn't give birth in the water because it was slowing me down. So they made me get out of the water, walk up and down stairs a bit, get the baby kind of moving down the birth canal properly. And then I wanted to go into the darkest, smallest, safest room.
Yeah.
And I got into the squatting position. And after a while, the midwife said to me, you're not letting go. She said, Davina, what is it? And I said, I'm really frightened of pooing.
Oh my gosh,
and
really?
she said, if you do poo, I will be so proud of you because it will tell me that you are doing the right thing, the right kind of pushes, movement.
Yeah.
So you just do that and you will never see the poo ever.
And she was like, Davina, did you have a curry last night? Because if you did, we're opening the fucking windows.
I will spirit it away. And she did.
Did she?
Like apparently there was something and I never saw it. And I felt confident and I thought, she wants me to like push in that way. Don't feel frightened. And it is amazing how midwives can help you keep your dignity.
And when you've just met them
really
as well,
be,
and they just know, like for them to say, like when people go, oh, I don't want to poo, and a lot of people get anxious about it, it's like most of it, like you need to clear everything out. It's like a colonic, and you get in a watermelon out of a pee hole. It's going to, like, everything's going to come out. But
Pardon me,
people are like,
did
oh,
a
will
burp
that
in
be...
my throat. I'm really sorry about that.
I thought you were gagging at the thought of us all dropping our guts in on the hospital bed.
Yeah, but you're
it's
right.
the way they make you feel like everybody does it. It's okay. And in that moment, I mean, you don't really care anyway. You just want to get the baby out, don't you?
Yeah. So your children who are now in their 20s, you know, if they want children later in life, they're going to be like, right, I know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Got this book, as well as so many. I mean, honestly, I really wish this book had been around when I was...
Do you know what's funny? Is that Holly, my daughter, who I think she will have kids, but she's really nervous about it. And I wonder whether I think them being there when I was having Chester, because I said, Mummy's just going to do some mooing now. But they said the mooing was very loud. You know, when you're in it and you're doing it, you don't.
No,
you can't really hear what you're doing or saying.
No,
you know.
So when you go into the
is the
labour ward,
sound.
when you're just going into labour and you may be 5 centimetres dilated, you get onto the ward and all you can hear is like from the other women, and you're like, oh my God, is she okay? And it's like, that's going to be me in a few hours.
And it's
mooing.
And I guess for a kid,
Yeah.
it's quite intense, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it would be, actually.
And how would you say then, from your upbringing to how you are as a parent, if your kids have you referenced about when they saw you in labour, how would you say your childhood affected the type of parent that you are?
I had like a quite a disjointed childhood. So I was born. My mum had preeclampsia, so my granny saved my life. Wow. And she said to my mum, I don't think you're well. I'm going to take you to hospital right now. And she had an emergency cesarean there and then, and I was a month premature.
Wow.
So my mum had already had a child. She got pregnant at 15, so she had my sister 6 years earlier. And she was so young. She was 21 when she had me. And she was kind of the OG wild child, unbearably gorgeous, wild, hadn't been brilliantly parented herself, had been given money really, but no parental love or guidance. And so just didn't have the tools to do it. Mm-hmm. I understand all of that a lot better now. I'm a bit older. At the time, I found it a bit confusing. But when I was 3 or 4, my mum and dad split up and my mum took me to my granny's, my dad's mum, Pippi, legend. And my mum said, I'm going to go on a ski holiday and I'll come back and get you in a couple of weeks. But you know, in the olden days, you probably won't remember this. I'm a lot older than you two. But in the olden days, it used to be thought that kids would just forget.
Yes.
They'll just forget. But I was waiting for her to come back and I didn't forget. And she didn't come back.
Oh,
now,
gosh.
I'm not trying to paint. I'm not a victim and I'm not. But it set me up on a people might not show up kind of trajectory.
So your barrier was up, would you say?
So, well, no, I just didn't feel safe.
Right.
We were talking about that earlier, right? About
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
safe and how important it is for kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boundaries make you feel safe.
Love
and
and
when
safe.
somebody stands by the boundary, if you do that again, we are not going to the family party that we've all been looking forward to for 3 months. And they do it again, then we did not go to the family party that
Yeah.
we'd all been looking forward to. As much as I wanted to go, and I thought to myself, I must not make a boundary like that again. Why did I not do or you can't have sticky toffee pudding after dinner? Like, what a stupid boundary. But I would have to stick to it
Yeah.
because I knew it made them feel safe. She does what she says she's going to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that, me not feeling safe in my childhood, knew that I wanted my kids to feel safe in their space and nurtured and loved.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember on the first day of nursery, the first day of term for nursery started at midday. I finished at midday, but the first term of nursery for newbies would finish at 11. And I forgot, and I turned up at midday and they'd gone and everybody'd gone. And a friend of mine had picked up, I think it was Tilly, and taken her back to her house. It was very triggering for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to get forgotten at the airport. When I went to visit my mum, she wouldn't be there. This sounds like a very high-class problem, but I got forgotten at ski school. I was constantly being taken back. I went skiing when I was a little girl with my mum, constantly getting taken back to the ski instructor's house. Again, not a sob story, but what it meant was when I was late for Tilly once, I was catatonic. I mean, I've never cried so hard. I was driving
bless
over
you.
to my friend's house. I was like, oh my God, I'm such a bad parent. I turned up and she's having a lovely time playing with her friend in the garden. And my friend was so good with me. She talked me down. She said, this is normal.
Yeah.
Because it's triggered you in some way. But what you've done today is completely normal parenting, i.e. you made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now what she taught me then, I mean, I have learned the best life lessons from being a parent and from my children, right?
Yeah.
I guess you have too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry.
No, I was going to ask you about how you parent now, like now that your
Yeah.
children are
Well,
in their 20s.
What I love about that moment was she taught me that it was all right to say, I'm really sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
But because my children felt safe, they accepted that and knew that it wasn't going to be every single time. And they went, oh, that's fine, don't worry.
There's no resentment there, is there?
And then what they started doing and what they still do now is say to me, I'm sorry, Mum, I made a mistake. And I'll go, it's fine, don't worry, we all do.
Yeah.
And that's one of my most favourite things. And that came from something that happened with my mum that taught me a brilliant lesson. You know what I mean? In the long run.
Yes, that's a lovely way to
So
look at it, actually.
nothing is bad. Nothing. No calamity that you have in your life is bad. If you learn something from it, let there be learning.
Absolutely.
Because we all forget stuff
Yeah.
and make mistakes, especially as a parent. You've got a million things
Well,
going
I mean,
on.
this whole podcast is about parenting fails.
Literally,
pretty much,
this
and
is
like
what
how
we talk
many
about, that every
fails there are,
time.
but actually we all do learn from it. I've learned something today, which I will talk about my parenting fails at some point, but I've learned something. I feel like I'm learning all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
And
There's-
everything every day is different, where you think, oh, I wouldn't have expected that. Like, I'm always surprised, but in a positive, like, it is for me, like, I just think it's the biggest privilege to have kids. I know we kind of take the piss out, don't we? It's like, oh, it's tough.
Well, so
It
many
is
women
tough, but
can't,
it is the most amazing thing that I'm so grateful for. Like, I've had five pregnancies and I've got 3 children. So I am so grateful for the 3 of them. But at the same time, every day I'm like, okay, right, this is a new normal. Today is a new normal.
Yeah.
And next month and next year, they are forever growing. But then so are we.
Yeah.
So it's like the person that I was before I had kids, I'm worlds away from that person, but I wouldn't change it.
No.
But I've made mistakes along the way as a parent. I know that. But like you say, own it. It's okay.
What I love is that I am ahead of you, right?
Yeah.
And my youngest is turning 19 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was in full parenting mode and I loved being a parent. And now I'm in like, what what do I do now? So this summer, after my operation last year, I was like, okay, right, that's it. What am I doing? I went to Glastonbury.
Yeah.
I went to Burning Man.
Did you? Oh my gosh.
It was actually quite
Good for
hard.
you.
Burning Man.
Did you go with your kids?
No.
No. Would you have gone with them though? Is
Yeah,
it their
but
thing?
I don't think they'd want to go with me. I mean, what's interesting is I don't want to be my kid's best friend.
Oh.
I want to be my kid's parent.
Yeah. Again, it's boundaries, isn't it?
Like I don't want to hang out with them and for them to get horribly drunk and then feel like really embarrassed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very, very close to them. They can tell me anything. But I think being your kid's best friend is quite a grey area for a kid because they need a parent still. I needed a parent until my dad died 3 years ago. Like I needed him to still be a dad. So I wouldn't, I did go out clubbing with my dad and I've been out clubbing with my kids, but I still feel like I want to be a responsible parent for them.
Of course.
And what type of parent how would you describe yourself as a parent?
And do you still have parenting fails?
Yeah.
Your kids like that little bit older.
I mean, I'm always learning what to do and what not to do. I think a massive one that Michael's helped me with a lot. Michael's my partner, just for anybody listening or watching that doesn't
And a brilliant
know.
hairdresser.
And a brilliant hairdresser. And I was struggling with the kind of teenage leaving home aspect, and I was trying to give my opinion still. And actually, from when they're about teenagers, it's funny with the third, because the third gets all the learning that you've got from the first and the second.
Yeah, so true.
So the third's just acing like life, because me and Michael, Chester's the youngest, and me and Michael have had two before, and he's the one that's getting all the kind of wisdom from all the fails. And so I was always kind of getting in there, do you know what I think you should do? Or, this might help, or why don't you try that? And one day Michael said, what's quite helpful sometimes? He's really good at the way he says it to me as well. It's not like you should do this or you should. He says, what I quite often do is I'll ask them what they think they should do. And it was like a light bulb went off in my head.
Yeah.
And I thought, why am I even telling them? The much better way to start critically thinking as a child is to start thinking, oh, what would I do? Instead of wading in with what do I know about life?
Yeah.
Like if you say to your partner, what can I do for you that would help you, rather than rubbing back and you're going, get off my back.
Yeah. Do you know, actually, with my third, I don't know what you guys were like, but I think with my first, my husband was a bit like, this is all new, and he was trying to fill up the birthing pool and the water wasn't the right temperature and it was a bit chaotic and it was all really quick.
Scooping up your shits out the pub and everything. Little fishnet progressed to a bag for life.
And then and so he wasn't, and he kept running. I was throwing up, and anyway, so he was a bit here, there, and everywhere. And I wanted him to kind of say these positive affirmations to me, and he did kind of like rub my back, and he was like whispering it to me, and I was like, "You're not saying it loud enough. I can't hear you. I'm mooing." And then with the second one, I ended up in hospital with a hemorrhage. And then with my third, I just thought I need to take control of this. So I really practiced hypnobirthing, which I think is extremely powerful. Yeah. And I, bless him, I actually kind of like blocked him out, and I had my headphones in, and I was listening to all these positive affirmations, and smiling and mooing, and had the most gorgeous birth, and it was lovely. But I think it's really important to say to your partner, this might happen, and because will men read these books? Like, is this really just for mums to read, future mums, or are we trying to give it to men as well?
Well, we've got a lot in there for partners,
which is brilliant.
So it is basically trying to empower everybody that's having a baby, and lots of tips on how to approach a woman in labour, maybe what to say, how also in times of problems, when problems arise, or trauma, or something really bad, happens, like how to step up, what would you do? And in the back, just like with menopausing, I have put a lot of resources. So every resource that you would need for every eventuality to do with conception, pregnancy, birth and after.
It's basically the Bible, isn't it?
It is.
It's the Bible of
love
birthing.
It is.
And I love how you've got fitness in there, because
Yes.
obviously that's a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
Are you the mum that's like, right, guys, you know, with a wooden spoon on the pots and pans, like, we're going for a run? And are you that kind of mum?
No.
Or not? No,
No, not at
No.
all. I have learnt when I got clean from drink and drugs, I went to Narcotics Anonymous, and there is a brilliant thing when you get clean, you get the joys. So you're so unbelievably happy to not be taking drugs or drinking anymore that you are just like, oh my God, I want to tell everybody. Everybody's got to go to NA. Like, this is amazing. This is changing my life. And in NA, they say it's attraction rather than promotion. Live the life of a good person who is an upstanding member of society, and people will go, I want to be like them. So I've always tried that with my kids. I just work out, it works for me. And actually, they've all come to it eventually, either when they fancied someone or, you know, suddenly like they're in the gym and I'm like, I know what's happened here. Like, or, you know, it's just a gradual kind of process. But I've always thought, don't force anything down anybody's throat. The friend that told me about love and boundaries at the beginning when I was pregnant, I also called her because now by this point she had 4 beautiful adult daughters.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, teenage, help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would like, tell me what to do. You know, in Fleabag, when she goes, I just want someone to tell me what to do.
Yes.
I was like that.
Yes.
And she said, never say no to a teenager, which was the weirdest thing I have ever heard. And I was like, I don't understand, Katie.
Yeah.
What can that possibly mean? And she said, when they become a teenager, and this is what you did with your son, they deserve autonomy. They deserve to have partial responsibility. You have to oversee safety and things, but for their own lives, they get to make some of their own decisions, and you don't get to change their mind. These might be decisions that you don't agree with. So say, for example, the first ones are obviously going to be parties, you know, drinking,
drugs,
drugs, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. You can't be there all the time. And you just want to keep the door open. They need to be able to keep coming back and talking to you if something goes wrong. But actually, also, it was things like when the girls came down in an outfit and I'd think, holy moly, like, you just look too good to go out. And but in like not enough clothing.
Yeah.
It's dark.
I
You're
remember
going to
always
walk to
pitching my
spoons.
skirt
Like,
up.
this is horrific. And then I'd say something like, please, could you put a coat on? You look so lovely. You know, it's not because I don't think you look beautiful. I think you look absolutely gorgeous. But I just worry, you know, or go in a gang.
Yeah.
All go together. So I've always tried to respect them, their feelings, their choices, their decisions. But that's thanks to Katie again.
That's right. I think I need to
Go
have
Katie's
Katie's number.
Katie.
She sounds very wise.
She's good, isn't she?
She's really get her on.
Yeah, exactly. We've only got a few minutes left with you, Davina, which
You
I'm
should
devastated
get her
about.
on.
But yeah, we
She
should. do.
sounds like the
She'd
guru.
be great.
Anyway, Davina, we're going to have to wrap this up, and I'm absolutely
I can't
devastated.
bear
I
it.
feel like I could talk to you forever.
I feel
want
like
to
we've got
stay
so
here
much to
forever.
cover.
Please
Just
do.
stay.
I know, just stay.
Come
I
back.
feel like you're teaching us. Like,
Yeah, I
we
know.
are the future of having
Well, this is
children
what's so
our
nice. I
age.
feel like as an elder stateswoman, I can come back
So good
and
to-
sprinkle wisdom.
So, Davina, please tell us, when is the book out?
The book's out now.
All right.
Out now. You can look. The book is out now, and you can get it from all good, trusted booksellers and also on Amazon.
All right.
Enjoy.
I mean, I enjoyed it. You know, when you read a book, you're like, maybe I should just have another baby, just to like read the book properly again. It's not going to happen. I'm done.
No, done.
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 Shop's closed.
Okay.
I'm a bit old.
I've got one tip for people.
Now, anyway.
Just quickly. I know I'm sorry. I know you've got to go, but I've got one other tip.
Go.
If you are a lady or a man and you are thinking you're not sure if you should have another one.
Yeah.
If you're not sure if you should have another one, have another one.
Oh no, don't say that.
Because,
I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna ring my husband.
you will never regret having another baby, but you may always regret not. When
true.
you know
It's
you're
true.
done, you know you're done.
One quick more question. How are you after your surgery?
I'm great. I mean, I'm full of the joys at the moment because I spent 5 months trying to recover from coming out of surgery like Dory from Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming.
Yeah.
And I had a 30-second memory loop. Wow. So I didn't know if I'd eaten breakfast. If Michael went to the loo, he'd come out and I'd go, oh my God, you're here. I'd forget everything that he'd said. I'd say the same thing 30 times a day. So I was really annoying. I was happy in myself, just like Dory. But I was really difficult to be around. And then I could feel I was a bit difficult to be around. And gradually, bit by bit. So now, when I go to the loo somewhere and I find my way back, I am like, yes, it's such a win for me. So at the moment, I'm just enjoying the joys of life's little wins, of remembering things. Yeah. When I was away, we'd been talking to somebody, a Burning Man, in fact, and I was with a girlfriend. We'd met somebody we knew. He was telling us about this project that he was building somewhere, and she said the next day, "Can you remember where was he building his project?" And I went, "It was something I thought Michael would be interested. Michael loves you too. It's Joshua Tree." And I burst into tears, and she burst into tears because she was like, "She did it. We all went mad, and it was just a memory." But you know. So I'm loving life at the moment.
Well,
I'm getting
amazing.
all these
you
gifts.
are amazing. You are the boss.
And it was lovely being here with you too.
I feel like we've all grown up with you
Absolutely.
from like Big Brother
Absolutely. So many memories.
everything.
And honestly,
genuinely.
we're so privileged that you're here. Honestly, thank you so much.
All of our families are like,
I know.
Thanks for
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you've enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up, leave us a review. It really helps other mums find us.
And don't forget to subscribe to No Parental Guidance on YouTube so you never miss an episode.
And we'll be back next week with more fails, more laughs, and probably more mess.
Until then, good luck surviving the week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.